With me now is Deb Washler, the Executive Director of Artlink. Artlink has a new exhibit opening December 7th that promises to be dynamic. Deb, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Can you give me, kind of a description of what is Artlink for someone who might not know?
First, we're an art gallery, so it makes us a little different than a museum. We bring in exhibits that are original exhibits, so we have an artist panel who compiles all of the artwork and the artists and determines how we're going to select those, basically. And then we also offer classes now, so we're doing two things.
And where are you located?
We are in the new Auer Center for Arts and Culture, which is on Main Street, so right across from the Museum of Art, and Youth Theater's home as well, in the Arts United Center.
Very centrally and conveniently located.
Exactly, exactly.
Now, you have 3 exhibits actually coming up in this next exhibit time frame.
We do.
So let's talk about each one of them. The first one, the 9th Regional Exhibit. What is that? Do I have that name right?
You do have the name right. We do this one every other year, and it's a regional exhibit, so it's a 100-mile radius from Fort Wayne, and it's a juried show. So we put out a call for entry, and then the artists send in electronic files, and then our artist panel actually selects the artists who will participate. So we have jury criteria that they go by.
Right. So just because you want to be in it doesn't necessarily
exactly.
mean...
Just because you think you should be in or a relative thinks you should be in, it doesn't mean that you'll get into this particular show.
And is that the definition of a juried exhibit?
That is the
because
definition.
they're jurying them to even get in.
Exactly.
As well as though there are awards, aren't there? Or is it
Yes.
an award for everyone who gets in, or just of top?
No,
top?
we have an award selector who came in. We had Mark Rushman from the Indiana State Museum, and he came in and selected 3 for this exhibit. So what happens, the reason this is every other year, he selected 3, each of them received $500, and then they have an exhibit next year as the award winners exhibit from the 9th Regional.
Well, that makes it very unique, so there's a lot of different levels to that. So this exhibit, we kind of got through a lot of those questions already. It's opening December 7th.
Yes.
And it runs through...
It will run through January 16th.
And it's not the only exhibit that you've got
It
going
is
at this
not.
time. The White to Bright. Is that the correct name of the exhibit? White to Bright is gallery? Or
it's a community art installation.
Because this is what I saw down at Taste of the Arts, right? Where people were putting little stickers on things, and it looked like an awful lot of fun.
Yes.
Tell me about how that started.
It's the Taste of the Arts was the first time it was out. Essentially, we purchased furniture to create a living room. And we even had lamps and different things in it, and we had corrugated walls that were donated by Kelly Box, and we painted everything white, even the chairs, and then the public at 2 events, Taste of the Arts and then at Maker Faire, took these labels, like little dot labels, we called them paint dots, and they just stuck them anywhere they wanted. And I think we had about 700 participants in that dotted White to Bright. And so this is the unveiling. This is the final project, final piece.
Did anybody do anything to it after the public did? We have a little group of artists come in and say, I think it needs a little bit more
the
here.
staff just sealed everything.
And so this is going to be part of this exhibit, this White to Bright. And it's displayed as a living room?
It is displayed as a living room.
Can people sit on it or anything? Or is it just really to look at and
it's
to walk
really
through?
more to look at. I suppose if people wanted to sit on it, they could. I mean, the chairs function and everything. But it's more just to look at right now and see how we took something that was white, and with the public's help, it looks like it's paint splattered. But it's just stickers.
Oh, that'd be neat to see, because I saw it at the very beginning process with just, a couple of stickers. Yeah. So now, after the exhibit, what happens to this furniture?
Well, we're actually going to be selling the furniture. So if you come to the opening tomorrow night or throughout the exhibit, we are going to be selling the pieces, with the exception of the little car. There's a small car there. That's my daughter's, and she really wants it to come home. But all other pieces are for sale.
For sale? Is it auction or just a sale?
It's just going to be a sale. We may even do best offer in some cases.
Oh. That'll be fun to see. And so the third leg of this exhibit that you have is a photography exhibit, Amy Schreiber and Cedar Burns.
Yes.
Tell me about their photography.
With this particular one, Amy's is color photography on canvas. She's gone into some of the thrift stores, antique stores, and photographed items. And their work's a little bit similar in their themes. And then Cedar Burns' work is black and white images. And his focus a little bit more on construction and landscapes and how that affects landscapes really.
Are they big? Are they small? Are they all sizes?
Cedars are larger pieces, and then Amy's are a little smaller. And they were selected, that particular gallery, we had artists that submitted work to have shows that, in this case, they're Artlink members. And the artist panel selected who to pair up and who would have the shows. And not all shows are like this. We do have community art shows where if you want to put a piece in and it matches the theme, you are more than welcome to. So they're not all juried. I should make note of that too.
And so where will this exhibit be?
All of it will be at Artlink, and then the gallery is divided up into about 3 gallery spaces. Sometimes 4. Our walls move, so it may look a little different the next time you come in from this time.
Makes it more interesting.
Exactly.
So you have one other little piece of the puzzle going on this weekend, Shop Local. Tell me about that.
We do. This is part of our opening weekend, so we have about 8 businesses that are offering a sale. So if you go in and mention Artlink or go in with the card, you'll receive the discount that they're listing, and then they donate a portion back to Artlink, and that's going on December 7th and December 8th. So they're doing it for the holiday season and with our opening weekend, which we appreciate.
And so are all those retailers listed on your website somewhere?
They are on our website. Yeah, they're right on our front page. So www.artlinkfw.com.
Oh, I found that out myself the other day when I was looking at it around. And now, Artlink has been around for a long time, but with this latest move that you've made, tell me about this expansion and what it's done for you.
This is Artlink's 5th move, so we've gotten bigger every time, which has been great. And at the Hour Center, it's wonderful because we now have the flexibility to run 3 to 4 exhibits at one time. We have 2 classroom studio spaces, so that's helped us tremendously. Being centralized with a couple of the other arts groups has been very helpful as we've launched new programming, and just the foot traffic that we've had has been really
great. That collaboration kind of just makes for a more unique atmosphere, I think. When I'm down there, you feel a little bit more buzz.
Yeah, there's
because
a
of
little
the
bit more
different
energy.
things. Now, the studio space that you've got down there, you've got classes going on now. Can you tell me about the different classes you have? And these are for kids and some for adults.
Kids and adults. For the kids, we have Lego Club. It's actually grown to the point that we have Group A and Group B because we've had so many kids sign up. We have a teen drawing club that's for, I think it's 11 to 18 years of age. And then we also have a studio art exploration, and that's for children that are like K through 5th grade. And they do project-based work, but that'll span 2 different sessions.
So this Lego Club, tell me what they do in Lego Club.
Lego Club, ours is designed a little differently. The intent of it is that they will start with smaller sculptural forms, and they will eventually work up to the very large 3-dimensional Lego sculptures. If anybody's seen them, like if you go to a Lego store, they'll have different Disney characters and things. So these guys are building up to that. So they'll understand how to construct that and what's underneath.
Is that a class that meets every week for a certain number of weeks or a regular
Right now
basis?
they meet once a month. And we anticipate that it'll increase as we go on. And like I said, we have 2 different sessions of it now.
And then the other classes that you have for kids, the one that's more of you said it's drawing?
The teen drawing club, that focuses on principles of drawing. So they'll use different media, and they'll work on how do you see a shape, how do you see a form, how do you translate that to paper.
How do you actually see what it is, and is that an oval or is that a block or is it a plane?
How do you use shading, and
so they know how to put that down on paper. Now you've got some adult classes as well down there. So tell me about what that is.
We will starting in January, the classes will move to Saturday mornings. So we'll have a fine art focus with an instructor on Saturday mornings, and the first section is going to focus on the figure. So we have different instructors who will take different perspectives of how to draw the figure. And those will be from 9 a.m. until 12. And then we also will be doing right now we do drawing sessions on Monday evenings and Thursday evenings, and the model's not clothed for those, and we've done those for many years, and those are drop-in sessions. So it's more of an open opportunity for the artists to work.
And not an instructor-led.
Right, not an instructor-led. And then we are going to start another one on Saturdays that'll be a costumed model. So it's a little different take on the drawing sessions we've done, and those will be on Saturday mornings from 9:30 until 12:30, also a drop-in rate, and people can work in any media that they would like to, but we will have the costume model there for them.
So will that costume change then every week or something?
I don't know that it'll change every week. That part I'm not in charge of that part, so it may depend on how the artists want to work with that particular model, but yeah, we'll see.
Now, so do you have some critique sessions that go on with your art classes as well?
Over the years, we have had lots of requests from artists to do critiques.
And what is that exactly?
A critique is when the artist would bring in their work and someone gives them constructive criticism or constructive feedback on what they think about the piece.
Would these
how
be
they
other
can improve.
artists or
it can be other
instructors?
artists, it could be instructors, it could be art critics, that type of thing. And we haven't done them in the past, but our plan is to start them on Saturday afternoons. And it'll be by media, so we'll do painters, so painters bring in their work. And it will be a peer group critique.
Okay.
So we have a volunteer who will lead the session and keep everyone kind of on target and make sure everything's in a positive light and helpful. But it's a peer-led critique.
Well, that sounds like a great opportunity for somebody to really get an honest and constructive opinion.
Yeah,
of their work.
and we hope it will, because many of our artists are not all formally trained, which is
Right.
fine. So this is another opportunity to really help them.
So what's the best way for artists to find out about Artlink and the critique sessions and any way that they can get involved?
Well, everything's always on our website, so we always say start there first. And then after that, just come into the gallery. I think a lot of people always skip that step, but come in and we're happy to talk with anybody about the different programs we offer and which one would be best for them. So really, the gallery visit's probably the best thing.
And how many opportunities during the year do you have for artists to submit work for consideration for exhibits?
Well, we do up to 27 exhibits, and all those will be handled in a different way. And then in the spring, we typically will ask for portfolios or do a call for work, because the spring is when the artist panel does the schedules going forward.
Okay, so get all the info available on the website. And I've got just a few seconds. I've got the collaboration with Fort Wayne Youth Theater. That's coming up in January with the Homeschool Academy Partnership.
Correct.
And that just gives it's an opportunity for high school kids only?
Well, actually, right now it's younger kids, and the program will grow some more. But Homeschool Academy, it's Fort Wayne Ballet, Fort Wayne Youth Theater, and Artlink, so the parents can sign their kids up to work in all those different medias.
Well, that sounds like a great opportunity. Thank you so much for being here, Deb. I'm Melinda Haines with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On the next Arts Weekly, join us to learn more about some very special local holiday presentations coming in mid-December. We'll chat with David Blackwell from the Fort Wayne Area Community Band and Liz Monnier from Fort Wayne Dance Collective about the details of their seasonal shows. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by
Excellence lives here in northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.